What's up, guys? Triple C here. Today's June the 7th, and they released the first part of the new DLC. Apparently, we got two new supercars, one sport car. I will be buying all the new cars and fully upgrading them, and then we'll run some tests with them, how they perform on various stunts or different kinds of tracks, and I just cut it all together. Now, as expected, they didn't bring out the creator update yet, exactly what we expected, basically, because obviously it's a big new thing, so they're going to build up a lot of hype around it. People are already totally hyped. And so once that hits the game, it's definitely going to be massive if they don't break anything major with it, how they often do. So yeah, anyways, I got my supercar garage here. A lot of people have been asking that to do like a garage tour. Turismo, Infernus, Osiris, T20, Zentorno, Banshee back there, Adder, and Entity. So yeah, we'll just quickly go and buy the two new supercars. So we'll jump right in it. Okay, I didn't look at this yet, so, by the way, this is update 1 point something. Okay, yeah, okay, so this is the new cars. The Pegassi Reaper, apparently in my YouTube video I was wrong. It's not a U-boat. Apparently it can also not transform. These mistakes sometimes happen, guys, so yeah, there was no speculation involved, but apparently it's not a U-boat, it's a supercar. Okay, so we'll just order them in white because we're going to fully customize them anyways. Wait, which is this here? I think... I always forget what garage is what, man. Like, why can't I remember this stuff? I think this is Unit 2 popular. Okay. Obviously, I got some money there. I've been grinding a lot of heists, and then recently we did the Mastermind Challenge, where I also completed some other challenges I didn't complete yet. Got like 13 million in one go from that Mastermind thing. Okay, next one is the Vapid FMJ. So we're also going to buy that one in white. Unit popular, whatever, garage. And the third one, I reckon that's going to be the sports car. You know what, I'll buy that later because it'll stretch the video. We're just going to do the supercars right now. Okay, so now obviously we've bought the cars. We got to wait for them to be delivered to the garage. So I'll just skip the video until we got them and then we'll continue. Okay guys, so we just got the notification that the cars have been delivered to the garage. So we'll quickly go get them, drive to the mod shop, to the paint spray. We'll fully customize them, get like max out all the upgrades, and get some off-road wheels on them, and then we'll run some tests and some stunt races and compare them to the cars that we know how they act on it. So yeah, this is the Reaper. It does sound bad, man. It sounds like the Infernus, but very similar to the Infernus, the sound. Alright. So yeah, also this, I mean, you guys have seen this a million times before. I will speed up through this process here of customizing the car because you guys know the deal. You just max everything out. So I'll speed this up, skip it through it a bit. We're just fully customizing both of the new supercars. So yeah guys, so now we just fully upgraded both of the cars. Here's the FMJ it was, I think. Yeah, FMJ. I just quickly slapped my standard color, which I used to use on there. So yeah, now we're going to take both of those cars up for some tracks that I know pretty well, that I'm good at in other cars. I would just compare them and see how they do in specific stunts or on the track in general. So let's go check it out. Sounds a bit like the Infernus, so you would expect it to be like a bit like the Infernus, but let's see. Oh, whoa, 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 it's very responsive, okay. Not like the Infernus, not at all, okay. Just from the responsiveness level, a bit more like T20 or Zentorno even. I mean, just in the sense of how... Whoa, yeah, oh, I don't want to steer too much, man. Okay, definitely very possible, but I don't really like it. But that could also just be because I'm new to it and I'm not used to it yet. In the beginning, you always reject new stuff, and then when you get used to it, all of a sudden it gets normal. But yeah, these very responsive cars, I usually like those on ascending wall rides, not on straight ones. But okay, let's go and test the other one. Okay, next up the FMW. Let's go check it out. I'm too high, I'm too high, I'm too high. Okay, I didn't get the line. Yeah, like I said, you need to get used to them too, you know, so probably can't really make a really informed decision yet whether it's really good or really bad. You know, obviously you have to learn how it handles. Yeah, come on, get up, get up, get up, get up. Yeah. Also comparing them both to the Entity, much more sensitive. I mean, it immediately reacts when you steer. Obviously, you can't compare it to the Osiris because that one is just a class of its own regarding wall rides. Yeah, you don't want to steer in those parts. Yeah, tricky, tricky, tricky. But mainly because I'm not used to it yet, so... We'll run a test on a normal container wall, because those are easier. Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we'll just leave it with that. Like I said, don't really draw a conclusion from this because obviously you need to get used to the steering of the car, and once you're used to it, it might react very differently. But just for me personally, I think both of them are very responsive. But like T20 or Zentorno, they immediately react and react pretty harshly. Which might be a good thing for ascending wall rides. We'll quickly do a normal container wall ride, and after that we'll do a really one that goes pretty high ascending. Right. So guys, up next, old school container wall rides. These got some horizontal and vertical ones. It's a bit ascending. This one's by, oh wait, what's the dummy proofing here? By Cafe Filter, this one here. Yeah, okay, well, these are pretty easy wall rides, but like in the barge wall ride, very responsive. As you saw, I oversteered there a bit in the end and went a bit over the wall. Just because you got to be very gentle with the steering. So yeah, let's jump into the FWJ or whatever, the other car. Check that one out. Okay, next up the FCWJM something. I was also first try, but also went over the wall a bit there. But yeah, it does alright. Nothing really to complain about. So yeah, like I said, these are first impressions. Okay, let's jump to the next stunt. Okay guys, so next up, we're doing my race Kidney Grinder, which was the first crab slide ever built. Let's see how they can crab slide both of these. First up, the Reaper again. Like in all these tests, I'm always going to do the Reaper first, and after that we're going to have the WCMFKJ. It wants to tip on its wheel, yeah. Exactly like the Entity. Nope, not good for crab slides, does not work. It's just like the Entity. The Entity wants to tip on its wheels. Okay, let's try the other one, the WCFKMJF. Alright, so now we're coming up in the FXC. Let's see how this one does. And I'm noticing some small similarities to the Entity. It is very slippery in the corners, like the Entity is. It spins out pretty easily. But let's just see how it crab slides here. Nope. On the wheels right away. Nah, I don't even know if I'll get the finish checkpoint. Absolutely worthless. It's just like the Entity does, or the sports cars for that matter. They also all do that. I should have jumped from wall to wall. My only chance is gonna... Yeah, come on, get it! Yes, I got it. No, but, no. Also on these new era stunts, there's so many crab slides in there. Not advised, not advised. Okay guys, so next up, Reaper again. Right now I'm in a race from Zerva Vex. It's called Fuxi Lady. I chose that one because this is a car that works, a race which works perfectly in the T20s, Antorno, Osiris, and all the major stunt cars. This one works perfectly for all of them without any issues. So we'll just see if we get any issues on this. Okay, yeah, dummy proof. I didn't like how the car got pushed there. No. This part is no steer in the major stunt cars, so yeah, I will steer a bit now. But in the major stunt cars, you wouldn't have to steer in this, so yeah. Oh, okay, I steered too much. But yeah, I'm gonna try and steer away from the ground a bit on this one. And this one has a flip into a spiral on the next part of the stunt, which also works great on all the main stunning cars. So we'll see how the flip works. Oh, it's horrible. It's absolutely worthless, man. Stunt ready vehicles, Rockstar. Way to go. Yeah, I can't even get around this. Come on, stunt ready vehicle. Let's go, stunt ready vehicle. Are you a stunt ready vehicle or are you a U-boat? Shit. I wonder how that term would be defined, stunt ready vehicle. Are we talking about a ramp here that it can jump over a ramp, or... Because I know it does work on... Also, what I'm noticing when it hits the dummy-proof container, similar to the crab slide, it wants to get back on its wheels. I noticed that on the FMJ in a race before I started recording. That when I hit the wall, which you do sometimes to get the turn wider and get your racing line right, and it even gives you a bit of momentum, the FMCW there, it really went up on the sidewall which I hit, which it shouldn't. Yes! I got it! After almost 4 minutes, man. Okay, let's see how the flip works, or the dummy proofing in general up there. Okay, the flip did work. Flip was no problem. Okay, but just in general, the dummy proofing did not like the dummy proofing. Okay, let's try the other one. Alright guys, so we're coming up in the FCCP triple F, we'll just call it triple F. Oh no. Doesn't feel right. No, it does not feel right. It loses traction. Just like the other one. So yeah, if I need 10 tries like with the other one, I just skip to the flip. Let's see if we get it second try. If not, I'm skipping it until I get through and we'll see how it flips. Yeah, a lot of adjusting by me there. Always had to steer away from the dummy proofing from the ground and everything. So not good. Not good at all. Let's check out the flip. Yeah, it did land the flip. Okay. Oops. Alright guys, so last ultimate test here. This can make or break the car. Huge loop racing number 3 by Freaky League. This is the biggest loop in the game I know, which works absolutely perfect, has no issues at all. This can only be done in the fully customized Osiris Centorno T20. The other supercars will not make it because they lack that traction, that raw pure energy to get up there and get up around it. So yeah, let's see if the Reaper will get around this thing. So we got a long run up down the slope here to get the car to absolute high speeds. Okay, let's see. No, no, we're falling. No, didn't make it. Wah, wah. Stunt ready my ass. T20s and Torno Osiris run up here with full speed, you will get around it. And this way I just saw how it slowed down already, how it didn't have that traction, it didn't have that power to get up there. So yeah, unfortunately for stunning, you can draw a conclusion that, I mean with the wall rides, look, it's just getting slow and we're falling off. So I probably have to quit out this, let's see, we might get lucky and land in the loop or something. Yeah, and here we go again. So yeah, no, epic fail, we'll try the other car. Alright guys, so ultimate test for the FMJ FQK. Will it make it? Will it not make it? Does it have that power to get up there? Is it competitive with the Osiris Centorno T20? I have my doubts, man, but let's see. Come on, full speed, straight line. Nope. Wah, 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 wah. Epic fail. Stunt ready my ass. I don't know. Maybe it's part of the second DLC and these were maybe just, I don't know, no idea. But from just in conclusion from what we saw, they will wall ride. They're probably both, if you get used to them, you can get around wall rides. The flips seem to work. But like the normal stunning, new era stunning, dummy proofing, and just that raw power the other cars have that you want to have if you want to compete with the top vehicles, they definitely don't have that. So yeah, in conclusion, probably cars I'll sell again. I probably won't be using them, but we'll see. I'll keep them a few days and just get them out on normal racing tracks and see how they perform. But I'm definitely not going to be using these in stunt races, even though they're supposed to be stunt ready vehicles. But yeah, kind of baffled about that statement. Either it was just building up a hype and just putting anything out there to build up a hype, or it was clear misinformation, or they didn't know what they were talking about. But stunt-ready vehicles, no fucking way. Trust me, not competitive. You can't compete with the top cars, T20s and Torno Osiris. Would be interesting to see if somebody builds a coaster for them, although it didn't feel nice at all on dummy proofing. But yeah, we'll see. In conclusion, pretty disappointed. I didn't expect much, so I don't really care. I did have the money, but yeah, pretty disappointing, especially in light of the fact that they made a big announcement with stunt-ready vehicles. Definitely not the case with these two.